Welcome back to another mystery box tutorial. Today we're going to be using Tacky Detail. We're going to be using our holographic sparkly foil. We're going to be using Willow Gel Polish, Mermaid Glitter and our Kiwi green mica powder. So starting off, we're going to apply 2 layers of Willow and we're going to cure each layer for 60 seconds in the lamp. Now if you haven't used our mica powders before, why not? They are absolutely incredible and so versatile. So I like to apply mine using the fluffy brush, and I always like to take my pigment or my mica powder out of the lid because it just gives you a little bit of ease when applying it. Our mica powders have an amazing sheen to them. So if you can see here, just as I work it into the back of my glove, you can see how pretty that is going to look for this design. So like I say, I'm going to take my fluffy brush and pick up a small amount of the pigment and then work it into the tacky layer of our gel. I like to work it into the tacky layer because it gives off a real sort of blended out effect rather than sometimes with a matte top coat where you've got to work it in just that little bit more. So just really gently pressing that pigment using a stippling method, I'm just going to blend it out really nicely. So going in straight on top of the mica powder, I'm then going to take Mermaid Glitter, and if you don't use any of our glitters, why not? They are absolutely incredible, super fine, and they basically just melt into that inhibition layer as well, so you don't even get that gritty feel. I'm just going to work that literally around where I've just finished out blending the mica powder, and this is going to give a really beautiful sort of starburst effect that we're going to then draw our firework on top of. And trust me when I say a little goes a long way, so you don't even need to keep adding to it. Just work that glitter into the tacky layer. Now, if you're painting any nail art design over the top of glitter, you should always choose either a complete base or our Clear Pure foundation in clear, and that's going to give you a really nice smooth surface to then paint your artwork on top of. Cure this in the lamp for 60 seconds and then just taking your IPA, remove the inhibition layer, so the tacky layer of either that complete base or Clear Pure foundation, and you will see you get a kind of semi-matte effect. This is what we want to see because when we apply either foil or even chrome, it's not going to stick to anywhere else apart from where we actually draw our design. So to draw our little fireworks, I'm basically going to mimic the same design that I would for a normal starburst. However, I'm just not going to join my design in the middle. I'm almost going to leave a small little gap, and that's going to make it look a little bit more fireworky. If fireworky is even a real word, we're rolling with it. So I'm then going to do the exact same design on our other aura sort of background. Again, mimicking the starburst design, leaving the middle not attached. What's great about removing the inhibition layer as well is you can kind of see exactly where you're painting when using the clear Get Tacky, because obviously this comes out shiny against that semi-matte background. And as you can see there, that is ready to go in the lamp for 30 seconds. Now, when applying your foil, it's really important that you actually use the right side. So making sure that the design of the foil is facing upwards and you're using usually the matte back side to be able to then press onto the nail. And it just picks off that colour really nicely, as you can see here. This foil is perfect for this design because it has all of those holographic colours in there already. So it's really going to complement the firework design. I'm then obviously just going to finish by encapsulating everything with my Super Shine top coat, and it just brings that background back to that beautiful shiny look. I'm then going to finish by curing for 60 seconds, and this is the finished look. Super simple yet super effective. So for this tutorial, we are going to be using Slate Gel Polish, our neon pink pigment powder, and then Get Tacky with our starburst foil. So I'm going to start by getting my 2 layers of slate down and curing that for 60 seconds and leaving the inhibition layer tacky because this is what our pigment is going to stick to. I always prefer to use the pigment from the inside of the lid rather than going straight into that big pot, because you can kind of manage how much you get on your brush a lot better. And as you can see, the difference between the pigment powders and the mica powders is that these are matte. So just tapping that and blending that from the tip up the nail. And then I'm going to use my Super Shine top coat to encapsulate all of that, because we're going to cover it with a chrome. Once I have applied my top coat, I'm then going to cure that for 60 seconds. And just remember, when you are applying chrome, it needs to be buffed into a top coat or a detail paint, which obviously contains our top coat, for it to get that lovely mirror effect. So taking either a gloved finger or a sponge applicator, we're then going to work the chrome into the cured top coat, and it gives this lovely mirror finish look. I'm then going to take my complete base and encapsulate everything in. Complete base is going to be great for when you are applying either chrome or foils, because as you can see here, once you remove the inhibition layer, it kind of gives a semi-matte look. And by doing this step, you're going to ensure that your foil does not stick to anywhere else on the nail apart from our Get Tacky. Now we're going to do a really lovely aura design with this. So using our long liner brush and our Get Tacky Detail, we're not going to be too neat. We're just going to sort of outline in little wiggly motions, and that's going to give it a really nice effect when we attach our foil. Once you've cured your Get Tacky for 30 seconds, make sure that you are using the correct side of your foil. So usually it's a matte side, and we're going to use a press and pull motion on the areas that we have just applied the Get Tacky. As you can see, it just perfectly sticks to that adhesive. We're then just going to finish with our Super Shine top coat just to bring that mirror finish back to the chrome. And this is the finished look. So here is a little mystery box bonus video for you guys. So using all the similar products that you will have had in your mystery box this month, I am taking Willow to start, and I'm going to be doing 2 layers of that, curing for 60 seconds each in the cube lamp. And I am then going to be using Luxor and Aqua from our detail paints. I'm using my flat liner for this, and I'm going in with Aqua first and using quite firm pressure because I actually kind of want to get the brush marks for this design. When it all comes together with the foil at the end, it's going to look really super effective. So not worrying about being too neat with this, I kind of just want to get my outline of the design. Once I'm happy with how that's looking, I'm going to leave that wet, and then I'm going to clean my brush off and then take Luxor and basically go from the opposite direction, doing that same motion. I'm then obviously just going to join these designs up and just really, really lightly blend them together to create that really lovely ombre look. If you take off the excess paint on your brush, you can then just pull those colours together, and our detail paints blend really, really nicely, as you can see here. Those colours look insane together. Then taking my complete base, I'm just going to paint that over and cure for 60 seconds. Now for the next part of this design, we are going to be using Get Tacky Detail and also an ombre brush. And I've chosen to use the ombre brush because of its bristles, and we're going to get that really nice sort of brush stroke effect again. And just make sure that when you are applying your foil, you are using it the correct way round. Now that my complete base has cured, I'm just wiping off that inhibition layer, so the tacky layer, and as you can see here, it kind of goes partially matte. So this is perfect because now nowhere else will my foil stick to apart from where we apply our Get Tacky Detail. Taking a small amount on our ombre brush, we're just going to, again, be quite sort of messy with this. It doesn't have to be a specific look. We're just going to drag that through the design that we just completed. And it's almost going to mimic that brushstroke effect. Cure this now for 30 seconds. With your foil design facing upwards, we're going to use that press and pull motion. And as you can see here, it just sticks to where we applied our Get Tacky adhesive. And I don't know about you, but just adding that little pop of foil to any design really brings it to life for me. Finishing off now with our Super Shine top coat, and as you can see, it'll just bring that slightly matte background back to its shiny self and also encapsulate everything that you've done with the foils. Cure your top coat for 60 seconds and this is your finished look. And for me, I absolutely love seeing small pops of neon throughout this time of year. So I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial and I can't wait to see what you create.